My name is Santorini. I'm 13 years old, and I'm in 8th grade.
And I'm Heidi Sneed, and I'm Santorini's mother.
When I was 10 years old, I really wanted to serve God, and so I wanted to bring people to Jesus. My goal was to bring 13 people to Jesus because I was really determined, and I tried at school a few times to talk to my friends, but that was really hard, and I didn't know that a few years later it wasn't going to be my friend. It was going to be someone that wasn't. We met in 5th grade, and I didn't really know her that much, but we started to get to know each other, and things started to get worse because our differences separated us, and it didn't bring us together through our similarities, and so we were driven apart, and we just didn't get along. It wasn't just me, it was most of our class, and she would always seem to put us down, so a lot of the people isolated her, and they didn't want to be by her, they didn't want to sit at her lunch table, they didn't want to do anything. I remember one day at school where I started to cry in the hallway because I couldn't take it anymore because my friend had already left school. I was all alone and I was tormented, and it hurt so much, and I started to cry. Yeah, that hurt a lot.
She had many classes with her, and she had almost every sport with her, and she would purposely do things to bother Santorini and other students. It was persistent and just so subtly attacking that she could kind of bypass a lot of school discipline. So we watched The War Room in the winter of her 7th grade year, and she was greatly inspired by that movie, which we watched as a family. And she told me that she wanted to set up a prayer closet. And so I saw she would occasionally go into her closet and pray. Sometimes she would go in there and sing. I know she would use it for prayer.
Basically, I took out all my clothes, and most of them I gave away, and then some of them I just put up in storage boxes and found other ways to put them in different places. And then I basically took it all out, and I did prayers, and I wrote them all down, and I'd stick them up on the wall, and I'd stick up like quotes that I made up myself and stuff like that, and just put them up everywhere so that if I ever forgot where God's taken me, I can always remember that He's always there with me, and He's done all these things. He's answered these, and I can see it for myself. We always talked about how we want opportunities to do these things, and so I would pray for myself, but I'd also pray for her that her heart would open, but also that my heart would open up for her, because I need to grow just as much as she does. So my friend suggested to me this Bible app. She said, okay, these are these really cool devotionals that you can do. So I just decided to do a devotional, and it was a how to pray. So I was doing it, and day 1, it was cool, learning new stuff, and day 2 went by, day 3, day 4, and then finally day 5 hit. And it was talking about how this guy was praying for this person that was hurting him at school. And so that really touched me. At the very end of that, I was staring out my window actually, and then I just started crying, and I wasn't understanding why. I just started to cry. And then God told me, He said, I want you to go sit with her. I want you to go from your group of friends and go sit with her at the lunch table. It's like, I don't know if I want to do this, but, I've been waiting for this for 3 years now, so, God wants to do this, let's do it. And so I talked to my small group about it, and they're really supportive, and they said that, you should really do this because if God wants you to do it, just do it. And so I gathered up a lot of courage, and I ended up going to sit with her, and she was nothing but smiles. It was really a light in my day, and I got to know her a little better, and things started to change, and we started to connect more and more. And then school ended, and it was summer break, and I just thought it was over. I didn't think there was any more.
We knew that God had answered this prayer. It was when Santorini just got a text from this girl and her sister and just said, hey, we want to come over, and do you want to hang out this summer? And this was right after school got out, and we had him over, and even though there was still a little friction, we had him over and they were getting along well, and then they said, hey, can we sleep over? So we turned it into a sleepover. But the reconciliation really came when she sat Santorini down on the hill.
So when she came over on that Tuesday night, I'll never forget it, we were sitting down and we were just eating, and she looked over me and said, hey, I know we've had a rocky past. I know it's been hard, and I know we don't really get along, but I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done, and, let's start over. Let's be friends. And that was truly an exciting moment, because I'm standing with the person that I never really thought I'd be friends with, because it just didn't seem like it'd be that way. It turned out that, God can take the worst of enemies and turn them around. I remember taking her into my room, and she saw my prayer closet, and she asked me how to pray, and so I taught her how to do that. That was really special for me. And then I invited her to Edge, so she came to Edge, and then I took it one step further and asked her to summer camp. And I was thinking in my head, what have you gotten yourself into? You just invited her to the camp that you absolutely love, and she could totally ruin this, but I already asked, so just keep going. She ended up coming to summer camp, and I would pray with my friends that, God would use this opportunity. If He wants to do something, He has all the power to do it. So it came down to a night where we were talking about accepting God into his family, and we were doing worship and stuff, and it was, if you wanted to accept God, then raise your hand, one of those things, and then we'll pray the prayer of salvation. I wasn't really sure if they would, but Elisa Knight told me to go down and worship with them if they did raise their hands, and they did. It was like, whoa, this is crazy. I don't really know what to say. I'm so speechless. Like, this girl who I don't get along with at all has been tormenting me. I'm just going crazy, and now she wants to accept God. And that was just a really special moment for me. And then later, when we were talking as a group of girls, they had shared their story and about how, they had just been going through things and how they really wanted to start over. I kind of just asked for her to pray. And I wasn't really sure, because I didn't really know if she would, but we had gotten down to it and we were starting to pray, and she prayed, and I knew that everything that had just happened over the past year, everything that she had just meant it. She really, really wanted to trust God, and she really wanted to be in His family. And that was just a really incredible time in my life, and that's why that was probably one of the best years of my life, because even though it was the worst parts, it was also the best parts.
And it's amazing, and it was just so poignant and so purposeful that it wasn't tied and intermixed with a human doing it and then it being healed. It was out of nowhere, again, to where I couldn't point any fingers in the way of a human. It was, as soon as it happened, we completely kind of threw our hands up and was like, this is totally a God thing, because it's only He could have done this.
I started this journey as a 10-year-old on my 10th birthday, and I just wanted to serve God, and I just wanted to bring people to Jesus. I was like, oh, all these people are going places. They're going to Indonesia and stuff. They're being cool. They're missionaries. Like, that's so cool. Like, I want to do that. And it just, that prayer started right then, but it didn't get answered for 3 years. And that's just a great message, I think, to me, that, God doesn't always answer things right away, but when he does, it's incredible and it's worth the wait.